Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's Benedict here again from Jogging and Company Associates, and I want us to continue with Chapter 2, Accounting for Revenues and Expenses. And so far, we've talked about source documents. We've also talked about the books of original entry. We've talked about journals. We've talked about cash book. And now I want us to move to the ledger. And within the ledger, we will talk about the definition of the ledger. We'll talk about sales ledger. We'll talk about purchases ledger. We'll talk about general ledger. And lastly, we'll talk about the uses of ledger, rather the uses of a general ledger. So let me just take you to the template. So here we need to explain what is meant by a ledger, or the ledger, and then we need to talk about sales ledger as well. So we are saying here that the ledger is also called a principal book. Is a book containing accounts in which the classified and summarized information from the journals is posted as debits and credits. So the ledger is called a principal book, and it contains accounts. It contains accounts. So when we talk about accounts, we are talking about the ledger accounts. We can have cash account, purchases account, we can have sales account, we can have debtors account, creditors account, and as well have drawings account. We can have quite a number of different accounts. So all those accounts, when we put them together, then we put them under ledger. So the ledger will just be a group of all these other accounts. So we are saying ledger is also called a principal book, containing accounts in which the classified and summarized information from its journals posted as debits and credits. So previously we had said that accounting is a process, and then the process starts from the source document. It goes to journals. Then from journals we go to the ledger. So the ledger here is what we are saying. It's a principal book that is containing accounts in which classified and summarized information from the journals is posted as debits and credits. To make this one much clearer, let me just take you to Excel workbook and talk about the same accounts. So when we talk about accounts, we are talking about like now we have a sales account, we have purchases account, okay. We also have a bank account, we have a discount account, we have a sales return. We can have quite a number of accounts. So when we put all these accounts together, we call that ledger. So ledger is just a group of individual accounts summarized together. And then let me take you back to the definition still. I hope you understood what is meant by the ledger. So we've talked about the definition. So now we need to talk about the sales ledger. And now we are saying that sales ledger is a detailed and itemized breakdown of all sales that have taken place and whether or not have been paid. Often the ledger will contain detailed information about the sale item, including the itemized invoice, amount, and credit notes applied. So we are saying here, sales ledger is a detailed and itemized breakdown of all sales that have taken place and whether or not they have been paid. So here we are talking about sales, whether they are in cash, whether they are in credit, they have to be put in a sales ledger. And then again, we are saying often the ledger will contain detailed information about the sale itself, including the itemized invoice, amount, tax, and credit notes applied. So the sale here we are talking about customer. So we'll have the name of the customer, we'll have the invoice number, and then we'll also show the details of the items sold or the services done. And then we'll show the net amount. And then the net amount, of course, will be having maybe value added tax or sales tax. Then we'll have the gross amount of that invoice, or rather of that sale. And then you can also show the paid amount, and then the date the payment was done, and then the pending balance. So down here we have contents of a ledger, or rather contents of a sales ledger. And we are saying that the sales ledger contains sales date, invoice number, customer name, items sold, sale amounts, the freight charged if any, and then the sales taxes, the value added tax, and much more. So down here is just a sample of a sales ledger. So the sales ledger here will have date, it will have customer name, it will have sales details, it will have the invoice number, the sales amount, the tax, the gross amount, and then from the gross amount we can also talk about the paid amount on that invoice, or the amount that the customer would have paid. And then we also have the date that amount was paid, and maybe the amount was 100,000 and the customer paid 50,000. So you also must have the pending balance. So this is all about sales ledger. So the sales ledger is a detailed itemized breakdown of all the sales that have taken place, whether or not they have been paid. So all the sales within a given period, maybe let's say maybe January, or maybe first quarter of 2022, that is January, February, and March, we'll have all the details of sales, whether they have been paid in cash or not. And then if we've given credit notes to our customers, we'll also record that in our sales ledger. If there are some discount allowed, like cash discount, we need to capture that in our sales ledger. So the sales ledger is itemized breakdown of all sales that have taken place and whether or not they have been paid. So that's all about the sales ledger and the ledger, and we also talked about the contents of a ledger. So I want us to move rather to meet on the next video when we'll talk about the sales ledger control account. So thanks for watching, and those who are coming in this channel for the first time, please take a minute or two to subscribe. And for those who have subscribed, thanks for your support, and please share the channel with your colleagues. So let's meet again in the next video.